What is going on, everybody? RDG Ricky here. Welcome back to the channel. Now, I will admit before we get started here that times out here are super tough for a sports pimp. You know what I'm saying? It is tough out here. There is almost nothing going on amidst this coronavirus pandemic and just all the issues going on right now. There's not a whole bunch to cover. It's crazy. I'm going bananas. I mean, I really am. But I got some news here for y'all. The Buffalo Bills signed Quintin SPAIN back to the squad. Some of you may sit there and think, well, big deal, Quintin SPAIN, right? Who the hell gets excited about offensive linemen? Me, I do. Knowing how much and how important it is to have a solid line in front of your quarterback, essential for a good running game, all that hot jazz. So, the details of the contract, they signed to 3 years, $15 million overall. Now there's a website out there called Spot Track. I want to compare them to, if I may, the KBB Kelly Blue Book of athletes. So you go on this website, it tells you past contract details, where the contracts, as far as monetary value, years and all that, where that aligns as far as their ranking, as far as the position goes compared to its value and whatnot. So they projected Quintin SPAIN to be worth in the neighborhood of 3 years and 17.1 million. So yeah, I would say Buffalo did make out. I say they got a steal because in the open market, a lot of us were, with those numbers, it equates to 5.6 mil. Some of us were thinking easily he could have gotten 6 to 7 mil, depending on who it is, who he went, how desperate they may have been to get him. So, the good thing about Quintin SPAIN, some of you guys may not even know who Quintin SPAIN is. That's a good thing for a lineman, which makes this signing that much better. Brandon Beane, from the time he was here, and he has reiterated this offseason, he wants to sign his own guys. You need to make sure you keep the continuity amongst your team and you sign your guys. Now, he wasn't drafted by the Buffalo Bills, correct? But it does not mean that he is not one of them as we speak, even though he was picked up as a free agent. They identified him as one of their guys. From the time they got here, McBean got here in Buffalo, they expressed multiple times how important it was for them to find their own guys, were the guys with their DNA. So these guys that they're signing and they're extending, they have that DNA. And this guy, Quintin SPAIN, has the DNA for anybody. He can play on anybody's team. Anyone that's smart that knows this guy is good enough. The guy, he led the team last year in snaps at 1,063 snaps. Guess how many sacks he let up? Zero sacks. That is very important. As an offensive lineman, as I said earlier, it's a good thing for you not to even notice the guy. That means he is doing his job. I guess more or less the big money goes to the centers nowadays and then the tackles. Most importantly, the left tackle is famously known for blocking the blind side. So these guards and these backup guys, they just don't get the love that other linemen do. But Quintin SPAIN, brother, you got all the love from me and Bills Mafia. You were solid in 2019, and I look forward to you being even more solid and continue to be well and do well for this team. You helped in the run game tremendously, in the passing game. The film, just turn on the film, speaks for itself. Now, if I may add, the Buffalo, and as the offseason continues to progress, everything's up in the air of how things are going to continue with the coronavirus and all that. But I would like to touch on so far what has happened with the Buffalo Bills in the offseason. Now, I do like the Josh Norman signing. People have asked me what do I feel about this. The Josh Norman signing, I wanted everyone to pump the brakes really quick because I did think it was not a bad idea to sign Josh Norman, right? And I did say, let's pump the brakes and let's see what the contract entails, right? So at a closer look when the numbers come out, because you always have to wait, because I know at this point Brandon Beane is a magician when it comes to contracts. He just is. He gets the most bang for the buck in a team-friendly contract. So essentially it is a $3 million deal. Essentially, you get the $1.5 million guaranteed, and he gets another $1.5 million at the fifth day of the league year. So essentially you're talking about a $3 million contract for a guy that was an all-pro at one point. Yes, he's a little bit older. Yes, he has not looked good. He didn't live up to his expectations in Washington. I get it. But he's back under Sean McDermott. He's back under the defense that got him the contract that he did get on, with Washington. And he doesn't need to be the number 2 corner. He doesn't even need, he's never going to be facing the number 1 receiver. He may be facing the number 2, number 3 receiver. He's going to have a good defense around him. So it is up to him to fit into this defense and get the most out of himself. Because if he fails here, it's because he's not good enough or doesn't put the effort in. Because this is a top 3 defense, has been for the last 3 years. And the personnel around him is more than adequate enough for him to just be plug and play and just do his thing. And even if they have to, and if he's a little bit vulnerable, they can still help him out over the top. So, with that being said, I look forward to the rest of the offseason and see what Buffalo has planned up their sleeves, if I may. So, guys, this is it for now. Stay tuned and be on the lookout for more NFL offseason videos. I want to cover more for the draft. Once we get more into free agency, I want to talk more about that, see what the Buffalo Bills do. And I'm even going to talk about what other teams do and what I think they shouldn't have done. Guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.